Does that work?
No, I hate having to do that. That's why I'm taking the thing off. I mean, look, we're at a bar. I'm not leaving it on.
Yeah, this is our original dynamic. This is how it started. Like our conversations where I was on the bar.
This is the OG.
So we're trying something with social distancing here.
Yeah, we're social distancing. At least on camera, we are. We're like Mike Joy and Jeff Gordon on the
I don't know why I never
podcast.
thought to do this because we definitely could have had a camera on Bears guy. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, we could have had this done all the time, but oh well. So welcome to Fast Talk.
The problem is he's constantly moving, so I'd have to be like Anthony, like take a step to the left.
Yeah, right.
You want to be heard on camera.
Can monitor it, right? Yeah. Put like a little picture on there.
What I'll do is I'll put a tape square down in the bar so he knows where to stand to always be on camera.
Right.
Like, no, Anthony, that's stage left.
What is everybody else walking by like? What's this here for? Nah, never
Don't worry
mind.
about it.
Just don't you pay attention to that. But no, it's all good. Yeah. So
It's been a minute since a lot of shit has happened. So,
yeah.
You guys signed Cam.
Cam Newton to the Patriots. What a deal, dude. What a deal. I gotta be honest with you.
Belichick keeps Belichicking.
Yeah. Hey. Book your trips to Tampa Bay, or they're calling it Tampa, I guess.
That's right, because they could be. Everyone's like, oh, they could be the first team to play in their home city.
Well, I don't even know about that because the Niners played a Super Bowl in at Stanford Stadium a few years back in 84 season, I think. Yeah, 84 season in January 85. So that to me counts as a home game. Yes, it wasn't at Candlestick, but and obviously
it's on the other side of that. Palo Alto's on that peninsula that kind of pokes out.
It's in the bay.
Yeah. You have to go across the water though. Candlestick, you have to go across the water to get there. Otherwise, you're driving all the way around and up and underneath. It's a little geography lesson.
Yeah, that was a Bay Area geography lesson. But anyways, Tampa Bay's not. The Bucks aren't going to make it to the Super Bowl. But Tom, well, I don't know. Do you think Tom Brady's going to watch the Super Bowl? That's my question. Is Tommy even going to watch the Patriots win it? What do you think is going to go through Tom Brady's mind when he sees Cam Newton hoisting the Lombardi Trophy? Do you think he's going to be pissed? He's going to say, that was my 7th? Or...
Not the same team. Cam is a completely different game than Brady does.
Do you think Belichick will be out there and say something along the lines of, well, we didn't have anything to prove. We've been doing this all along. I mean, I could see Belichick throwing some shade at Tom.
I want Belichick's speech more than anything. Like, it was shade, like, Roger Goodell, fuck you, you have to give me the trophy. And that was spectacular. Now it's like, fuck you, Tom, I don't fucking need you.
In your home stadium.
Yeah.
In your home Now, mind you, we lost the Super Bowl at Peyton's home stadium. In
46?
Lucas Oil.
46 was
46 at Lucas Oil. So, I think Tom... We've only played, like, almost all our Super Bowls are indoors. We've only played one outdoor Super Bowl, and that was 39 in Jacksonville. So, we're actually undefeated in outdoor Florida Super Bowls.
That's very esoteric.
Well, I mean, like, we go to a lot of Super Bowls. I mean, it's one thing if, like...
Florida outdoor Super Bowls.
If, like, the Washington new teams came out and said that. But,
we'll get to that.
But
now I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, Fitty was at Levi's. I don't remember where 32 and 33 were.
One was at Qualcomm.
Qualcomm, yeah, that's right.
I think that was 32, 30, I don't know. And
I think 33 was like Florida or something. It might have been Tampa. You Google guy.
They were both on grass, though. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember.
And then we got our ass kicked at MetLife. Have we played? I don't think Denver has played an indoor Super Bowl. Because the ones that were back in the 80s and the 90s, that wouldn't have been... That would have been outdoor. Like when the Niners killed us, when the Redskins killed us, and when the Giants killed us.
What about the Cowboys?
The Cowboys came out. That wasn't John Elway, though. That was Frank Tripucka.
That was on the other day. I was watching it. That was pretty good.
Is that 12? No. Is it 12? No.
14?
14?
I want to say maybe. Yeah.
Race today, Matthew?
No, next Wednesday. This is the All-Star race is next Wednesday. which is funny because it would have been Major League Baseball.
Oh, I was
All-Star.
looking that up because there's only one more broadcast on Fox.
Yes.
The rest of the way, and NBC, like I tuned that shit out when I was.
It's not as good.
It's not even close to as good.
Because they have too many guys commenting. You know.
Yeah, and I'm just listening for Junior's voice.
Right.
It's the only one I care about.
Right. Yeah, it's just there's a lot going on in NBC.
It's not the same. Like I as a driver, like I don't mind talking to Jeff while I'm driving. I feel like if Dale calls me, I'm like, I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we'll make it happen. Yeah. Don't worry. That's who's gonna rescue him from this deserted island. Tom Hanks movies. No, the mermaid
Splash.
rescues him from when he has to land his plane in the water and takes him to the desert
Do you have that thing
island.
you do in there?
We're working on it. It might have to be 2 movies.
Well, because it's later in his life that he's like a record producer. So is Mr. White? Well, I guess he's castaway age.
What I do have, I will give this away, where it's going to be in the form of Forrest Gump.
You could literally tie that in by just having him listen to that thing you do on the radio or something.
Yeah, well, I was going to say when he's a kid, he's going to be watching Mr. Rogers on TV. He's going to be reading a book called Where the Wild Things Are because he was like the producer of that. So yeah, we're gonna work them all in somehow or another, but it's gonna be in the style of Forrest Gump where he's telling the story. But this is what I worked in so far, is you know how Forrest Gump always said, Mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. I'm gonna have him be like, Papa always said there's no crying in baseball. You know, that's all I got.
Giving away too many ideas, someone's gonna steal it.
Yeah, well, what's gonna happen is we only have like 2 people that watch this, so.
Except we found out that there might be Phoenix ESPN radio broadcasters.
Oh yeah, because they're stealing
they keep
our
stealing
ideas,
our top
stealing our
5s.
ideas. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to Cam.
Yeah.
I guess it's official as of today, to be honest with you, because that's when the Pats
$1 million.
What hell of a deal, dude! $1 million.
Incentive laden though.
Like-
It's probably like 10 completions. Here's another $1 million.
Yeah. And I love that he's getting in on the Twitters and the Instagrams, hanging with Jules, because he knows Jules is his man. I think Cam is going to be a really good fit in New England. The one thing
He's going to embrace it. He's going to embrace it. He's going to embrace the culture.
the
for
thing
sure.
that worries me the most.
Injury. We don't know if that
No,
foot is okay.
I'm sure he's going to be healthy because I don't think the Patriots would have signed him if he wasn't healthy. What worries me is Boston was under attack under attack by athletes as a racist city. And and Cam in his past has played the race card, and probably rightfully so.
He played for a pretty racist owner.
Yeah, he played
took
for
the statue of him
owner,
down.
and he's, he got all those, or never got those calls. He never got the calls that Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees always get anytime you fucking blow in their direction, personal foul, and Cam would get trampled. And is it going to be different for Cam playing on a great team, for a great coach, but nobody, like the rest of the world, hates the Patriots, so I don't know. And the other thing is, what if Belichick and Cam or McDaniels and Cam have a disagreement? Is the race card going to be played? Is it going to come out? Are we going to poll Belichick is racist, McDaniels is racist, Mr. Kraft is racist? Is that sort of stuff going to happen? And I sure as hell hope not, and I sure as hell hope there are no ulterior motives. But, this day and age, this world that we're living in, it's in the back of my mind that there is a possibility that something like that could happen, and I think it could be like super, super sucky if it does, because it's just going to give more reason for people to unnecessarily
This is fucking
hate the
hilarious. I have to
Patriots.
take a picture.
Why are they talking?
Kona standing between them is just hysterical to me.
Oh, okay.
Kona, the proprietor of Bar Kona.
Yes.
She's a bull mastiff.
Can I ask you my music question now?
Yeah.
So here's my music question. We learned about chords and sharps and flats, and I actually have 2, but I think I know the answer to one of them. But my first question is, what is an octave? I'm assuming it has something to do with 8, but there are only 7 notes, so...
Because your first and your last are the same note. Just different, it's a pitch higher or a pitch lower. So, you know the song Sound of Music. It's the best way to teach music.
So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do?
Do, and do. Those are the same. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and then another do. So if A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So an octave is...
So why didn't they just make it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H? Make another note so you don't have to do another A.
Because it doesn't work out mathematically. Mathematically,
Why
A,
didn't they
8
call it,
is the number.
Why didn't they call it a heptave?
Because A is A. It's the same thing as a sharp and a flat. In E, an E flat being a D sharp.
It's not the next A down the line.
So what happens?
So when I go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, or E, F, G,
your H would be
A?
equal to the A.
It's a different A.
So it's math. It's math. It's
the
frequency. It's frequency though. Like so, if you have, we talk about A440 when you're talking about tuning an orchestra. So that means
we talked about tuning guitars and pianos.
I'm sorry, I'm referencing other classes that I've taught. So A440 is where they go, and what that is, that's 440 hertz, which means the waveform is cycling from crest, peak, back to the zero. So it goes up and down and back to zero. It does that 440 times a second, and that's A440. So
440 times a second?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Seconds aren't that fast. I mean, aren't that slow.
No, it's a lot of fucking cycles per second. You can hear everything up to 20,000 hertz. We get 20,000 cycles per second. That's what we can hear up to as humans. I mean, we can't because our ears have been fucked up. We probably hear to about 18. But a newborn baby can hear from 20 hertz.
Is that like the dog whistles and shit?
It's
like 22
higher,
hertz
not
is
that
for what
high.
the dog can
no,
hear?
it's not. 20 hertz isn't that high. So I think a dog whistle is right around 30,000 if I'm not mistaken. So we can't hear it, but they can because their hearing is better than us. So that's what music is. It's math. So you have A 440, which cycles 440 times a second. That next A, that next do is, if you're doing an octave, it's double that. So it would be 880.
So like running track, the 440 to 880.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we move. It's octaves. It's built on perfect doubling
and why
of
did
a
we
frequency.
choose 440? Is that just
what it was agreed upon?
Okay. Why not 400?
There's some orchestras that tune to 438. Like the
Why the hell would you do that?
Because to be a douchebag.
That's fucking idiocy. That's stupid. It's fucking... That's...
So octaves, octaves are just the distance between the same note on a piano. So when I'm playing, I'm doing chords on the piano. Usually my left hand is just playing octaves. So my thumb's hitting one A, and then my pinky is going to be playing another A. So that
your hand is that big where it can cover.
Dude, I can do 11
plus
notes.
the sharps and flats.
I can do 11 notes across. My hands are big. Ladies, my hands are big. No girls watch this.
That means he can hold a football really well.
And palm a basketball?
Yeah. You can palm. I can't palm a basketball. I can palm like a...
Dude, when you watch MJ, as a kid, like MJ would palm the ball when he got it.
Yeah.
And he'd do this thing where he would like bring the ball behind him like this. Well, he's right-handed. Like, I admired that as a kid, so I was like, I am going to be able to palm a basketball no matter what, because MJ does it. And so now
I used to be able to when I was younger, when I had bigger hands. Okay, so I think that kind of makes sense. So there's what, 88 keys on a piano? Mm-hmm. So there's 11 octaves? Gotcha. And what are they called? Octave 1, Octave 2, Octave 3? What octave is the most used? Most frequently used?
Probably 2, 3, and 4.
So that's down this end of the piano?
Probably 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5, which is kind of in the middle. Okay. Nobody really uses octave 11.
There's some people
that's
that play
really high.
You can hear it though. I mean, that's...
Yeah. That's like for dogs. Okay. My next music question. We talked about chords. Now, like, when you read a music, right, you have the lines, and you have the notes on the line.
Uh-huh.
How do you know when it's a chord? Because we learned that a chord is 3 or more notes at the same time.
They're drawn together.
What do you mean they're drawn together?
So it's one line. You know when you draw a quarter note, it's a circle, and you draw a line off of it.
Yeah.
So that they're stacked on top of each other or below each other. So they're like one after another.
So what if
like
you wanted
this.
to play like an A, a G, and an F? Would there be a big space between all those in your chord?
That'd be a horrible chord.
I'm just saying, it's just a hypothetical chord.
That'd be disgusting sounding. It's very dissonant. What do you mean? No, it would be just the
It's my octave. I can play whatever chords I want.
You can put whatever.
Can you play a chord?
You can put
in
whatever
multiple
intervals,
octaves?
whatever intervals you want. Yeah, you can play a chord in any octave.
How do you know what octave to play your chords
It's
in?
whatever it's positioned on the staff. So you have bass clef and treble clef, right?
So the regular lines, what octave is that? Is that octave
Or what clef are you in? Talking treble clef or the bass clef?
Let me look at your arms.
Huh?
Let me look at your arms, and I'll pick one. Right arm.
This one?
Yeah.
Treble clef, right?
It's a treble.
Yeah. That's octave 3, and the bass clef is octave 2.
So
Those are the ones that are on the staff.
So are there different clefs for the other octaves?
There's an alto clef for like clarinets and trumpets and that kind of shit.
Are there
and that's a
11
higher
different
octave.
clefs for each octave?
Technically, I think, but they're not really.
What?
You're just writing really high notes. You're using ledger lines to write really high notes.
I want to fucking do this. I want to write a symphony all in octave 11 with a octave 11 clef.
There's literally like 5 instruments that can hit those notes. You have like oboe, piccolo.
Oh yeah, well, it's gonna be
Clarinet might be able to hit those.
It's gonna be Ode to Brian
like,
Piccolo.
There's no there's no reason to have like a trombone, a tuba, a bassoon, bass. There's no reason to have any of those in your symphony because if you're only playing those, they literally can't physically. You wouldn't even get guitar in that. I think guitar can hit those notes.
I'm gonna make it happen. Well, you know what I would do is I would just make the stick of the guitar longer.
No, because you're playing the notes closer to the higher notes are closer to the actual body of the guitar. Lower notes are out here. That's why a bass is longer than a guitar.
Well, I would make the body of the guitar bigger than there. See? I'm revolutionizing music right here on Fast Talk. This is what happens when we don't have sports to watch. I need
I got more shit. We got baseball schedules.
Baseball schedules came out this week, yeah, and
we got fucked.
You guys got really screwed. You go into Milwaukee 7 times. You go into
Milwaukee
Cubs
and in Chicago
7
times.
And how many times are you going to the White Sox? Oh no, you play the White Sox
4 times.
at Field of Dreams.
I think we play them at
Iowa. Is this heaven? Nope, it's Busch Stadium.
I seriously wish I could go to that because I definitely would. Me and Anthony would definitely go to that.
I want to go to it too, dude. Like, hey, if they open it up for fans, let's look into that.
August 15th. It's like a month away.
What if they open it up?
It's not gonna be open to fans in a
There's
month.
no point in playing the games there without fans.
Playing the games there without fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I guess so.
Do it next year.
Yeah, I don't know where MLB stands to gain on having this Field of Dreams game.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It's like the Mexico games or the Cuba games. It's like there's no point if there's no fans.
No, they canceled all the other special things. So, stupid.
But yeah, we got fucked on that. So that's 7 games on the road, 3 at home. I don't know how you justify that. Like if I'm fucking Schultz and the DeWitts and I forget who our fucking general manager is, I'm on the phone with Manfred like 2 days ago. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, how do you
just fuck us like that and put us on the road against the Brewers and the Cubs? Like switch the Cubs and the Pirates. Like give us. I don't mind going to Pittsburgh 7 times.
Right.
But why 7-3? Like how did that? Why 6-4? I'm not as mad at.
6-4 is okay. 6-4 I can accept.
I'm not mad at 6-4
because it's 2-3 game series.
I'm
and
furious
a 4-game series.
at 7-3.
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
Yeah, it was the same thing with the
Red
Sox.
You got
and the
7
Yankees.
home games against the Pirates and the Reds. Like they fucking suck. Our only competition for the NL Central is the fucking Brewers and the fucking Cubs. Probably just the Brewers. Cubs suck anyway. They're fucking horrible.
The only reason I can possibly justify it is if, like, for example...
The only game I've been to regularly, the Cardinals, we lost.
If Wisconsin was open and saying, okay, Wisconsin, we can have fans in the stadium, and it's a revenue generator.
Missouri going to open up before Wisconsin opens up. Come on now.
So, I mean, just hypothetical situation. that's how
program
you could
director
justify
lives
it.
in Missouri. He says nobody wears a mask. So
Yeah. I don't know Missouri's numbers. I haven't looked.
what is the big ones? Arizona, Texas, California. The three that are really spiked, I think, and Nevada. That's why they're playing in Edmonton and not Vegas for the NHL thing. We'll get to that.
We'll get there, right?
We got fucked. Sox got fucked. They have to go to.
We gotta go to the Yankees.
Yankees
7
7.
times. And then we go to the Mets too.
What about
I didn't really analyze the schedule. I was just
Tampa?
too pissed.
Because they're going to be good too.
I never worry about the Rays. I haven't worried about the Rays since.
I saw an article that said the Rays are going to win the whole thing. Still got Tommy Pham? Or did they? No, they traded him.
Oh, so Tommy Pham and Joey Gallo both tested positive. Those are two Vegas guys. So I'm wondering if, because a lot of these
Bryce
guys,
Harper.
a lot of these guys were out working together at I don't want to say Cashman, but the ballpark, Las Vegas ballpark. So I wonder if Chris Bryant and Bryce Harper were exposed because.
Well, Harper's at the practice thing. They just a clip of him today doing BP.
Yeah, but was he exposed? Would they share it? That's the other
I
thing.
don't think they can. No, well
Would they tell you? Would like
the Phillies?
Yeah, with season's about to start. You know, are they gonna say, "Oh, Bryce Harper, our multi-million-dollar guy, savior of our franchise, he tested positive, but has."
This is something I was saying last time about LeBron.
Yeah.
Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, and LeBron tests positive.
Exactly.
He's playing that game.
Yeah.
Like, he's playing that game. I'm sorry. So.
Right.
Yeah, like you say, yeah.
That's why the testing should be completely independent, not from the league. It should be completely independent, and they should release.
I think it is.
They should release the positive tests openly, because it affects betting, it affects revenue, one way or another. They all have their deals. It affects fantasy. You know, all that sort of shit.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to hold it for the rest of this podcast.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a piss.
All right.
I'm just gonna leave it rolling.
Yeah, we're gonna just take a quick little break.
Still a commercial in there.
Yeah, well, folks, let me tell you a little something about Miller Lite. Tastes great, and it's less filling. Miller Lite, beer of champions. Folks, let me tell you a little something also about the Vegas Golden Knights. The winningest hockey team in the history of the National Hockey League. Be sure to drink your Foley wine because you can't buy Golden Knights tickets, and do your other Foley crap that Bill Foley does while you can't buy Golden Knights tickets. And when you can't buy Golden Knights tickets, buy them, because that's what Bill Foley wants you to do. Spend all your money. And by the way, the Henderson Silver Knights are now taking deposits. Put your $50 down. Tickets as low as $10 a seat in the worst sections of the stadium.
That's
And
the nice thing about being a dude.
we're
is
back.
You can get a piss out in 30 seconds.
Did you spend 20 seconds washing your hand? Because I did 2 commercials. Alright. So, yeah, baseball sucks. Did you hear about... So, we kind of talked about this earlier. So, WNBA players have arrived at their bubble in Florida. And I guess a couple of the facilities where the players were staying had bed bugs. I guess...
This is the WNBA?
Yeah, this is the W. And what's frustrating me... Oh, they were like... Because they can't... I guess they have to be quarantined for 4 days or something, and they can't leave their rooms, which are basically like college dormitories. And they're being given this food, and this is a high school, so like they're not really the best food that is being given to them. It's not world-class prepared chefs like they could have had they been in Vegas. So they're getting garbage, like Fire Festival crap, that most of these ladies are unwilling to eat. Not because it's disgusting, but because
their nutritional
they have
plan
nutritional plans to maintain their health and their bodies in this,
to perform at peak condition.
You have to perform at a peak level. Yeah, that's exactly.
I wouldn't mind a
trying to say.
nutritionist.
Yeah, if I had a nutritionist, I probably wouldn't make it. Because they'd be like, you probably shouldn't go to Chick-fil-A.
I'm trying to remember, like, my high school, like, so my freshman year I was still in Texas, and I had Chick-fil-A at my high school.
Chick-fil-A at your high school?
Not a Chick-fil-A, but they had the sandwiches that you could buy.
What?
So I just bought Chick-fil-A sandwiches every day.
What?
Yeah. Shout out to Taft High School, baby. And then I think when I moved to Washington for my sophomore, junior, and senior year, I just brought my food. I didn't like I never ate in our cafeteria.
So we had, like, our cafeteria was mostly good. There was some things.
In middle school, I got the little mini round pizzas. Those things were the shit. But I was like 12, so I didn't know any better.
We didn't have anything like that either. Like when we got to high school, there was a Brugger's Bagel Bakery just down the street from school. So if lunch was going to be something crappy, I would go to Brugger's Bagel Bakery in the morning. Well, I would go there in the morning anyways for breakfast, but just grab something else that I would have.
So we could leave my junior and senior year, and there's an Albertsons just down the way, or a Safeway. So you get like the sushi or like the Chinese food from
the fuck?
Safeway. Like walkable.
Yeah, like I guess that's true. Like, cause we had.
But yeah, Chick-fil-A my freshman year, man, it's fucking insane.
That is nuts. It was in Texas.
Yeah, San Antonio.
I would have imagined they would have had a Whataburger.
Or a Bill Miller barbecue.
Ooh, I like Bill Miller. He was third baseman for the Red Sox.
Also a barbecue place in
only guy
Texas.
ever to hit a grand slam from both sides of the plate in the same game.
Yeah, but not only that, like, yeah, they got the food. It's shitty. Well, that's what they're tweeting. MLS was tweeting the shitty sandwiches, too, in their bubble.
Yeah, the bubble, like... The
a lot of Orlando, Florida bubbles.
The thing is, these
like
bubbles...
Like the NBA and the MLS, aren't they
Vegas.
both at Wild World of Sports?
I think so.
Is it two different bubbles?
I think so.
Probably different sets of hotels.
Yeah.
I don't trust that.
I don't trust any of it. Especially when I'm seeing...
I don't know who won today, but Orlando City played someone.
Miami, Inter Miami.
Oh, their first ever game then.
Yeah.
And then Dallas, the whole team is out.
Just out, yeah.
MLS sucks, so I don't give a shit.
We don't watch that. We watch the United Soccer League.
Yeah.
Which starts Saturday. Although the lights don't start till the 23rd-ish. What was I going to say? Yeah. But anyways, so they could have had these bubbles in Vegas. They could have been staying at world-class resorts on the Strip. MGM offered their facilities up to all of the major leagues, all of the major 6 leagues, I believe.
No one took them up on it.
No one took them up on it.
League took them up on it.
And I get it. You know, the numbers in Vegas have risen quite a bit.
That's the reason it scared everyone away is because of Nevada spike.
Yeah,
I think the NHL would have been here if it wasn't for that.
It sucks. It stinks. It's crappy. But when you look at the comfort level, I mean, especially our Vegas girls going down there, you know, they're thinking, oh, Jesus Christ, we could have been staying at Mandalay Bay at the Luxor eating, like, friggin' Tom Colicchio food. Instead, we're here eating fucking
middle school
grandma sandwiches with, like, a packet of mayo, and it's not enough mayo to actually make my shitty ham and cheese sandwich taste good. They got to be pissed. I mean, I remember when Liam Beer offered to pay for all the players to take, or pay for them to fly first class to the All-Star game last year, and the league wouldn't let him do it. And it sucks. You know, these are professional athletes. Yes, the WNBA has far less revenue, but they should be treated the same way athletes from all the other leagues are treated. Same thing with MLS. I know the MLS is a crap league and It's like on the real soccer pyramid, it would probably be like League One equivalent in the English soccer world. But, they're athletes and they deserve to be treated like athletes, professional athletes in the U.S. With the money we pay, we can make things happen. Sorry, we have no excuse for not making things happen.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
We have a gigantic soccer complex here. We could have played like 4 games at once and then put everybody in buses and shuttle them back to Palace Station or whatever it may be. The Palms is still closed. We could have been staying at the Palms.
Tropicana, I think, is still closed.
Trop is still closed. We could have had them staying at Trop. Yeah.
Yeah, if I ever meet what's her butt in person, I'll ask her. Engelfart, whatever.
Kathy Engelbert.
Her name is.
Yeah.
But, so she responded back to the owner, well, she's a part owner, right? Of the Atlanta Dream.
The part owner of the Atlanta Dream.
Her name is Kelly LaFleur.
Senator, I believe.
She wrote a whole letter. Yeah, she is a Georgia senator. She wrote a whole letter about how
Georgia?
Black Lives Matter, they're putting Black Lives Matter on the court, which I'm totally fine with. 80% of the freaking WNBA is African American, so
yeah.
She wrote this letter about how we need to we don't want politics in sports. Like, sports is like our escape, and I'm like, no, this sports is the reason why all these chicks have their social platform that they do.
Exactly.
I think politics and sports go together. Maybe not whilst being played, but
And I understand the point that the senator was trying to get across.
The point she was
because
trying to
she's saying this could be divisive. If we want to bring white people into the game, the Black Lives Matter movement could hurt us targeting white people. But fact of the matter is, you know what? It's not.
If it triggers you, you don't want them as a fan.
Right. If somebody, that's the.
Look at Bubba's car. Like, no one cared.
Yeah. If people are offended by Black Lives Matter, you know what? By the NBA doing it, the WNBA doing it, by anybody doing it, if you don't like it, don't be a fan. Remember when Kaepernick took a knee in the NFL and everybody said, I'm never going to watch the NFL again? Well, you know what they did the next Sunday? They didn't tune out. They still watched.
Those people that said they weren't going to buy Nike anymore probably bought Nike.
They're just going to Walmart and buying the cheap Nikes instead of the good ones. Fucking idiots. They're people.
So they petitioned the commissioner. They asked her to remove her as part owner of the Dream.
I guess.
A la Donald Sterling.
Officially, what I was reading was that while she's on as an owner, she has had nothing to do with the team officially
for
since
the last
2019.
Yeah. I don't even know anyone on that roster, though, unfortunately.
On the Dream? I don't know anybody on the Dream either.
Well, they interviewed a girl on ESPN, Alicia Clark, and she's on Seattle. And we could have released an interview an Atlanta person.
Yeah,
we're oh shit, no one famous is on Atlanta. So.
Well, they still want to get checks signed over to them, right? They want to get their paychecks. Maybe it's better to stay quiet for the time being. I mean, but yeah, I would love to have her removed. Just get rid of her. Maybe, she'll see the light and sell her share. Because it's just there's no need for it. It's uncalled for. Just even if you disagree with these things, just keep your mouth shut at this point.
Trump's tweet at Bubba Wallace, did you fucking apologize to all your things? He shouldn't have even responded. I know he did it he did a subtweet thing where he's teach everyone patience or whatever. It was a good paragraph that I read, but then Tyler Reddick, or was it Austin Dillon or someone tweeted back we'll be fine without you or whatever, to Trump. Nice. Tyler Reddick or Austin Dillon, and then he said in the thing that viewership is down because of this, when in reality it's up 8%, because honestly there's nothing else to watch.
Yeah.
But I'll continue watching it. I'm hooked now. I'm a fan. Alex keeps fucking crashing though.
Yeah, right.
Fucking.
NASCAR is very interesting. I think, and I said this to people all the time. Once you learn that there's so much strategy involved in it, the differences in the tracks. Every football field has the same dimensions. Every basketball court, same dimensions. Every hockey rink, same dimensions. Every baseball field, Yes, that's true. International hockey is different. But baseball field, the infield is all the same, and the outfield walls are a little different every stadium. But every
You got those triples alleys in like San Francisco.
yeah, you got the height of the walls and all sorts of things like that. But every single racetrack is completely different. The shape, the length, the width, the positioning of the pit row, the banks, even things like the length of the age of the pavement. If the pavement is new versus 50-year-old pavement, it makes a difference. And there's no two racetracks are the same anywhere. And so
it's like Mario Kart though. No racetrack's the same.
Yeah.
I was playing that yesterday.
you learn that
DK Jungle Parkway versus Mario Speedway, two different race strategies.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's different strategies and everything that you like, whether you're playing or racing in the daytime or the nighttime. Is
that was
it
the thing
raining?
they were
Is
worried
it
about.
lightning?
I think 2 races ago they were afraid it was going to get dark before they ended.
Yeah.
This one last Sunday was a crash in fucking pit row that no one had ever seen before.
Yeah, I understand it. That was crazy. Coming in.
I was just checking to make sure the 88 wasn't on that crash.
Yeah, right. We saw who was it? Ryan Priest, the 37 car.
And then fucking Blaney's crew guy.
Oh yeah,
that got hit.
Up.
You think he's okay? I never heard anything. I'm sure he's fine. He tweeted out something or whatever, but
yeah,
that's some scary shit getting pinched between 2 NASCAR fucking cars.
Right. And even so, like going in pit row at that point, you're still going really, really fast.
55, right?
Yeah, something like that. They all have different speeds based on that length and whatnot.
Some crazy shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is the cool thing about NASCAR, though. Yeah, like all the tracks are different. I like that. You got me. Took coronavirus to get me, but you got me.
It's no. Wait till you get out to a race, dude. Wait till.
Yeah, it was September, right? 27th or something.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping by September we can get in there. Ivy League canceled all their seasons.
This is interesting. So they canceled all their fall sports, but really the only thing that matters is the game. But for there not to be a Harvard Yale game is just kind of weird.
Well, I'd say, does basketball count as a fall sport? Because I feel like Ivy League basketball is a little bit more important than football.
It's a winter sport. Yeah.
But it's that fall semester that it starts.
Yes. Yeah.
And then my thought was about this was, well, if everyone else is not going to follow suit, if Ivy League is the only one that's going to do it, can they let these kids transfer, and can they transfer right away?
Would you want to transfer?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you got a scholarship to an Ivy League university, hell no.
I would, to play.
Ryan,
Or I don't lose a year of eligibility then. Don't lose a year of eligibility.
Yeah, that's fine. Let this be like a redshirt year or something.
Or some sort of loan. Okay, you can't play for us, but you can play for someone else. But then how is that fair? Because would people be bidding over you? I don't think there's any Ivy League athletes that Nick Saban's gonna want. That Shaka Smart's gonna want. He's still our coach? Yeah, he's still our coach. He's been our coach for a minute.
I was gonna say Tom Herman.
Tom Herman, but Shaka Smart's the basketball coach.
Yeah.
You shut down Texas, and other teams are still going. They're going to be making bids for Sammy and receivers and defensive players and
right, exactly.
Yeah. That was what I was thinking the second I saw that. I was like, they should let them transfer without a year sitting out.
I wouldn't give up my Ivy League education.
You're right. There's not really any one and dones at these.
Yeah.
What we got? Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking Marcellus Wiley went to an Ivy League. I think he went to Brown.
I could see that. Chris Berman did too.
I somehow left the TV on, and it went into that Speak for Yourself, and I used to hate it because it was like Whitlock and bullshit. But now it has Sam Acho, who's a former Longhorn, that's really super smart and intelligent, and he makes really good points. So I'm actually enjoy watching the show now because they got this guy. It helps that he was a former Longhorn, yeah, but.
Yeah. See, you're wearing your orange shirt too. It's not burnt orange, but it's orange.
What was I gonna do where I thought I should wear my Longhorns jersey? I can't remember.
Go to a McConaughey movie?
Well, probably. Well, I do all the Zoom calls with everybody, and everyone that I work with now knows that I'm from Texas because I told them all. And my CEO Raymond is from San Antonio, like me, so whenever I talk to him, I always wear my Spurs hat. He's not a fan like I'm a fan though. I went into the whole I was gonna tell him here's how we fix them, and I could tell he wasn't following me. I don't even think he knew Becky Hammond was one of our assistants. I actually don't think he knows who Becky Hammond is. It's weird because my district manager is a Cardinals fan, but I try to talk Cardinals with him and he can't keep up. And my CEO is a Spurs fan and he can't keep up. You guys don't sports. That's the weird thing I've noticed about I'm the only musician that sports. All music people that I meet, no one else sports. It's really weird.
There's the thought that things like that are mutually exclusive, but it was funny. For example, I'll give you when we went to see Hamilton. That was also on one of the same days of the Golden Knights played in the Stanley Cup Final, and I'm watching the game on my phone, and my mom was like, "Matt, don't you dare watch the game on your phone at the Smith Center. We are seeing Hamilton. Do you realize what that is?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, do you realize the Golden Knights are playing for Stanley Cup Final?" And it was kind of like that time at the River. I had people crowding around me watching the game on my phone out there in the lobby. What's the score? Are we winning? Are we doing okay? No, we're losing. We're getting crushed.
Those nights that I had to teach the classes and the games were going. My classroom was right next door to the kitchens, and our chef teacher had the game on his phone in the pocket and just had the audio blaring super loud so that we could all hear it.
That's awesome.
Ivy League, I got talked to Cam, but we didn't talk name change for the Washington football team.
Well, I've been talking about it for how long now?
So it all comes back to money, Snyder, the fucking asshole, was I'll never change the name. I'll never change the name. Oh, you're gonna take $600 million away from me? Okay, I'll change the name.
Yeah.
You pulled our shit from Nike. Amazon pulled all Redskins stuff today.
Walmart, Target did. Yep. ESPN is not using the R word on their things at all. They're just referring to them as Washington.
Well, the one I've heard the most is Warriors, and I'm not sure. I don't know if I like that.
We already have a Warriors. We're good. We got a Warriors.
I still stand by Americans. I like that.
I think Americans is the best choice. I think it's a great choice, and it honors the
DC is the capital.
It honors DC as a capital, but it honors the native people as well. Especially if you don't change the logo.
I think they change the logo.
No, I think.
Well, it's not like you can add a colonial-looking hat because then you've stealing the Patriots logo.
You just leave the.
So you're talking Washington Native Americans. That's your reference?
I'm saying Americans and saying that Native people were the original Americans.
Yeah, they were.
Technically, they weren't Americans, but they're there, and it's basically you're saying, hey, we're in the capital of the United States. We're Washington Americans, and our logo honors. It's a way of paying back for all the years we had a racist name. We're now showing you, hey, listen, we've seen the light, and we know what we did was wrong, but we also know that you are the true original Americans, and we would like you to stay on the land that we gave you and not try to take it back because we have made a wonderful country out of it. Yes?
I like Americans. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
You don't have to change colors. You can still be yellow and maroon or whatever you are. And
somebody suggested two Washington Federals, which was the USFL team, which I kind of thought was funny because, we know Trump is the reason why the USFL failed.
Well, I think I go back to the Sentinels and just adopt from the replacements.
The replacements.
The colors, you can already sell Shane Falco jerseys. You have Keanu Reeves come in and does the coin toss on your opening day. Gene Hackman, still alive. Still alive. I would have known if he died.
Sure, yeah.
You sell in 16. You retire 16. Shane. I think Colt wears 16 though. So. Retire the Shane Falco jersey and become the Washington Sentinels, man.
I just don't think that's happening.
Get a kicker that's smoking on the field and shit.
Wasn't there a Washington XFL team?
The Defenders. DC Defenders. And it was a great logo, and it's a good...
Buy all that from Vince McMahon. All those trademarks. And just go with that.
I don't think Snyder would want the stain of the XFL shit.
He's got a stain of a racist name for
He's a horrible owner. He's like, him and James
horrible.
Dolan are literally like the worst owners in sports.
And
Another one I heard is Hogs, and I get it, the tribute,
the
but I don't
Hogs.
like that at all.
It
It's
just
too,
doesn't-
it's too, not college, but it just seems too amateur
Yeah.
for me to be the Hogs. You know.
yeah, it's
What are the
like,
so you got? What are the DC? You have Capitals, Nationals, Wizards, and Mystics. Right? Yeah.
and United.
Oh, DC United, which is good.
Yeah.
Be the I don't know, the Memorials, the Washington Memorials, or be the Potomacs. That's not bad. Washington Potomacs. I mean, you're a river, but it works.
Wasn't that a native tribe?
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, that's why people are bitching about the Indians and the Braves and the Chiefs, and I'm like, those aren't racist names. Those are pronouns for.
There is likelihood that the Indians will change their name.
I think
too.
the Indians will, but like, I
Probably
don't feel like Chiefs and Braves have to change their
I don't
name
think
at all.
Chiefs. I don't know about Braves. I don't think Warriors. You know.
I don't think Native American when I hear the word warrior at all.
No, if you go back to their OG logos from when they were in Philadelphia, I mean their logo was a Native American guy.
But they were smart enough to get away from it.
Yeah, and now they made their logo the bridge, and they should be.
And it works.
They should be the Golden State Bridges.
What about I feel like we're gonna get to the point where people are gonna be like, what about the Bay Bridge? It's neglected. The Golden Gate Bridge is in your logo, but there's another bridge, the one that gets from Oakland to San Fran. Like, why is that left out? Like, you should change your logo because it doesn't have the Bay Bridge on it. That's so California, it's not even. I bet there's people
It
that
is very
actually think
California.
that.
Gavin
It's the
Newsom's
Golden Gate
about to
Bridge.
pass a bill right now. Get it to my desk and I'll sign it. The Warriors need to change their logo.
Well, that's what
to
I was
include
telling
both
my
bridges.
California people when I'm on call. I go, I fucking love your governor,
I love
Gavin Newsom. I mean, Sizzlak's cool, but
Sis is pretty damn good too. I bet the two of them, like, if Newsom, imagine like
That's
a
a
Newsom
running-
Sizzlak, I would do that. The East Coast would probably, I mean, East Coast would be
you
behind
get the
Newsom.
New England vote on that.
Yeah,
You wouldn't get any of the South,
no.
but you get. What do you got to win? You got to win Ohio. You got to win Nevada. There's one Nevada. That's fucking
Yeah, you win
Sizzlak.
Nevada, yeah.
Iowa. What else is a swing state? Michigan.
Michigan and Wisconsin. Yeah. Up around the lakes.
How do we get from Redskins to the presidential election?
Because
Kanye
it's all
running, by the way.
Kanye's not running. Kanye's distracted.
I don't want to live in a world where Kim K is our first lady. Like, I just, my head will explode.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh, boy, yeah.
I mean,
was
she
just so,
instantly becomes the most fuckable first lady, but sorry, Michelle. She does.
I didn't even say sorry, Melania.
Michelle, dude. Come on. I'd take Michelle.
Imagine Kim Kardashian as the first.
Yeah, I don't want to.
God.
There's no way in hell Kanye would win. Even the
What
crazy.
would what would her thing be?
What do you mean?
Like, you know,
Imagine-
first lady as a cause. Like Michelle.
Keeping up with the Kardashians shot at the White House. Like, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, like all the E producers are just like walking through. I mean, listen. When Trump was a reality star, he didn't bring that. Maybe that's gonna be like as soon as he gets out of office, NBC is gonna be like coming up on the new season of Celebrity Apprentice, White House, 4 years of Trump. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. It's all like a game they're playing.
What else I got here?
We got the Pat Mahomes contract.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the next thing I wrote down. Pat Mahomes. Franchise tag deadline coming up on the 15th.
So is Pat Mahomes, Russell Wilson,
I'm not
and
mad
are
at
the
it.
Chiefs the Seahawks? Are they
No,
gonna
every
miss
article I've been reading is like, oh no, they structured it right so they can still afford. Like you're not going to be able to afford Kelsey and Tyreek Hill and Mahomes.
No.
Your defense is gonna. If you sign all three of those, your defense is fucked.
Yeah.
They got their franchise guy. They got the franchise tag, Chris Jones, already begging for a new contract. Says he won't play under the franchise tag.
There you go.
And then you go and pay your quarterback. I get it. Like he won his MVP his second year and the Super Bowl MVP his third year. I get it. Making left-handed throws against us and like fucking once in a generation talent. I get it.
He's good.
But
he's a good football player.
He seems like the kind of dude that I thought would take the Tom Brady road, where like, I'll take less money, you build around me, my endorsements will make up for what you're not paying me. Although I didn't see Tom in too many commercials, but I think he did a lot of local shit.
Uggs.
And then the Sleep Comfort or whatever he's in, and
also Tom is
Under
married
Armour.
to him.
And he's married, yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes could marry a Super
Yeah,
Bowl
leave
too.
your fucking Missouri chick and like go get a smoke show.
Go get like fucking Gigi Hadid or something. Hadid.
Haddad? I always read it as Haddad. I don't know how you say it.
I said Hadid. It's the ID, right?
Well, Drew Lock dated the fucking Chiefs owner's daughter for a minute.
Did he really?
Yeah. Now he's probably
a
fucking
hunt?
all the Denver bitches.
Drew Lock was dating.
He went to
Oh,
Missouri.
because he's when
He's
he
from
was in
Missouri.
Missouri. Did she dump him when he went to the Broncos? Or did
I don't
she
know how it
dump him?
ended.
We gotta slide into those DMs and find out. That is.
You got to think though with him, he's like probably wanted to be. Well, no, because Mahomes was already. They were going with Mahomes when he would have been drafted. So you had to think he's going into it like, no way Kansas City drafts me.
Yeah, it's true.
But chances are he was a Chiefs fan growing up. So.
Or maybe Rams.
Could have been Rams. I'll ask him when I meet him.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's what? It's 10 years, 507.
All I know is it's $96 a minute.
Really?
$96 a minute. Yeah.
Like forever? Like just every minute? Like now he's making $96 million.
Yeah, he's made
60 seconds from now he's making another $96.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
He's made like $3,000 on this podcast. Seriously.
That's fucking ridiculous.
$96 a minute.
But it's the highest contract ever in history of sports, but I don't think yearly it is. Because Steph's getting like 43.
It's $500 million.
I don't think annually it's the highest. But the fucking chances he plays out that 10 years.
Can I tell you something that is just funny that's not related at all, but you just said annually, you reminded me. So today I overheard this conversation, and somebody said, "Are they come out annually?" And the other person replied, "Well, I think it's yearly." And I was like, they're the same thing. Annually means yearly. Sorry, I just thought that was funny.
Idiots. I was not. That's why I had another friend that texted me. He's like, "How pissed are you?" I was like, "I knew this was coming." Like,
yeah, don't be pissed. I think it's good because they're not going to be able to retain their guys, and they're going to go the Seahawks route.
What I said was, our defense is better, and I think our offense can almost hang in there with them. If Judy pans out and Noah Fant continues his growth, Sutton is already a fucking Pro Bowl player.
14, yeah. What number is Jerry Judy gonna wear?
10.
Yeah, number 10 and is he really? I'm gonna make a Judy shirt.
10, 14, Noah Fant's 87.
I'll get another one while you're back there. Pete's
I don't know what KJ Hamler's gonna wear.
I don't know who that is.
The fast guy from Penn State that we drafted in the second round.
What does he play?
Huh?
What does he play?
Receiver.
What the fuck
He's gonna be our slot guy and punt returner.
Oh.
But he ran a 4.27.
You got Jerry Judy though.
What did he run? Like a 4.45 or something?
He probably runs like a 3.9.
Well, no. Sutton's the big guy, the big target. Judy's the precise route runner, like Jules. And Hamler's like the quick slot guy, Wes Welker. And then Noah Fant, like is a seam buster, and that's what he is. Put him on the line, end of the line, right at the seam.
He needs
Fuck up
to-
the cover too.
He needs to live up to his potential. What he was supposed to be.
I'm going into totally optimistic into this. Like, why would I not? I always said that. No matter who's under center, I back them 100%, thinking they're going to do a fantastic job.
Even if it is Paxton Lynch.
Yeah, I rooted for Paxton Lynch. I rooted for Trevor Siemian, Tim Tebow. That's the thing about Cam is McDaniels ran the system for Tebow. So I think he's going to implement that Tebow system for Cam. Also, yeah, the 15th is coming up as the franchise tag. So Dak, is he going to come to a deal with the Cowboys? Pretty sure we're going to come to a deal with Justin Simmons, so just pay the man. Like I said, the guy from the Chiefs is pissed off. Who else did I write down?
I didn't pay attention to this.
Oh, Derrick Henry was franchised. Is he going to get a deal from Tennessee?
Has he said anything about being franchised?
No. I think he just assumes they'll get a deal done.
Okay.
If you're going to pay a running back, like he's the one to pay.
Yeah,
He literally almost took you to the Super Bowl.
But these guys, they have such short careers. These Alabama.
Oh, and AJ Green
RBs.
was franchise tagged by the Bengals.
Remember Sean Alexander?
Yeah, vaguely.
Eddie Lacy, T.J. Yeldon. You know, a couple
Just
years
ratting off Bama running backs.
Yes, exactly. That's my point.
Trent Richardson.
Trent Richardson. Well, he didn't have any good years. These guys have a couple good years. I mean, Mark Ingram is the exception. Couple good years.
Even CJ2K had like 4 good years.
And then they disappear. You know.
Adrian Peterson's the only one that's like.
He was.
I think he was the Redskins' leading rusher last year.
Yeah, but he didn't go to Alabama.
Huh?
He didn't go to
Oh,
Alabama.
fucking Sooners.
Yeah, he was.
Even Fournette really hasn't had the effect that I thought he would.
He went to LSU. Well, he was hurt too.
But I think they pay him. I do. Give him 4 years. You know. That's probably his last contract.
Graves and I are on the same wavelength, so I would give him 2 years.
Belichick, you went and got Corey Dillon.
Yeah,
That's probably the
got
only
him on
running
the
back
cheap.
you went and got.
On the cheap.
Antoine Smith. Like Kevin Fogg, like what was his salary? Like nothing.
Yeah.
What do you pay White and the other guy? I can't think of his name.
Rex Burkhead, Sony Michel,
Georgia.
Sony, yeah. Nothing.
And you won't re-sign Sony. I know when his contract comes up. I know that
We
for a
got Damian
fact.
Harris, baby. Damian Harris. That's what we got 5 good running backs.
We overpaid for one, and we already had a good one.
Yeah. Oh, you got Melvin, yeah. Okay. What's next?
The dude from the Niners requested a trade today.
Who's the dude?
The one that ran for the 4 touchdowns against the Packers.
Oh, yeah. Raheem Mostert. Yeah.
Because he says he's outplayed his contract. Like, dude, you had 1 good game. And you scored 4 touchdowns in the NFC Championship. I get it, but...
He did do that. He had himself a game.
He didn't show up in the Super Bowl.
He wasn't used. They didn't use him.
So, like, all of a sudden... And what do they have? Tevin Coleman.
They have Coleman, yeah. Tevin Coleman is a...
But they traded the
Kyle
guy to the
Shanahan
Dolphins. They traded Matt Breida to the Dolphins. Probably because they thought Mostert was going to be their guy.
Wait, Breida is on the Dolphins? Oh, what the fuck? When did that happen?
Draft day. It's a draft day trade. Like,
They
after
won?
the draft was over, they traded. They traded for him.
What the hell, man?
Oh, Kenyon Drake. That's another franchise tag. The Cardinals.
Yeah, Kenyon Drake's happy in Arizona, though.
Yeah, but I would play... If I was a running back, I would play under the franchise tag. Although, you get hurt, you're fucked.
But you're still getting paid.
But you're not getting paid going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, he requested a trade. And then NHL host cities, Edmonton and Toronto.
So all you assholes that said for sure it was coming to Vegas,
Wrong.
wrong. Get that Trump meme from when he was doing the debate with Hillary. Wrong. And all of you guys that said it was going like there was one guy on that Las Vegas Golden Knights group, the one that's filled with assholes. He goes, I have it on good authority from a reliable source that the host cities will be Vegas and my hometown of Columbus, Ohio. And
Columbus, yeah.
well, dude,
Edmonton's not much better than Columbus.
you
though.
are wrong. You know, good call. I commented on him. I was like, hey, 0 for 2, man. You know, remind me not to hang out with you when we're gambling because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, I think it was going to be Vegas, and then our numbers spiked.
I don't know. All right, so we talked.
Does that give the Oilers the advantage, though?
No, because they're going to be playing in Toronto. Right?
No, Western is in Edmonton, and the East is in Toronto.
No, that's bullshit.
It is. That's what it is.
You can't do that.
That's what it is.
No. Because that gives Edmonton and Toronto an advantage over both.
So it does, you're saying.
Absolutely.
Even though they're in the bubble, they're not going to be in their own
they're in
homes.
the bubble? They're in the bubble?
You have to be in the bubble. Everyone has to be in the bubble. Equal playing grounds.
Okay, well, if they're in the bubble, it's okay. As long
And
as
I'm pretty sure that Toronto's going to be the final site. So you're going to have a team, finally a Canadian, there's going to be a cup listed in Toronto.
For the first time.
And it's going to be the Bruins, but
Let's hope it's the Bruins.
gun to my head, I'm picking the Bruins. I don't think, once this round robin thing goes through, I don't think the Knights win their matchup.
No, I don't think so either. I think the hot teams are going to be cooled down. The only thing I want is that it's not Philadelphia. I don't want them to win. I don't like them.
They were the hottest team going into the break.
Yeah, I just don't like Philadelphia.
Nobody likes Philadelphia.
I just don't like them at all.
I have a real reason they hate Philadelphia.
So do I, dude. Super Bowl 52.
Okay, yeah, that's the same.
Tommy
As
threw
getting
for,
your heart broken.
Tommy
yeah,
threw
fine.
for 500 fucking
It's
yards,
fine.
man.
It's the same.
Tommy threw for 500
Super Bowl,
yards.
Super Bowl and your love life, totally the same, equal playing ground here.
Well, yeah, for me, yes. I think that is equal
you
playing
were gonna
ground.
marry Super Bowl 52?
I would marry Bill Belichick
I was gonna
if
marry
you
that.
wanted to.
I was convinced I was gonna marry her. Convinced.
Tommy could have had 7. 500 yards. Who throws for 500 yards and loses?
I think Matt Flynn did.
Fuck, man. Well, Matt Flynn wasn't that good. I mean, God. Malcolm Butler. What the hell were you thinking? Whatever you did to get yourself sat out of that game, Malcolm.
Yeah, right.
What the hell,
I
man?
don't know. I actually
What were you
like
thinking, Malcolm?
I like it being in two Canadian cities. I think the guys are more comfortable.
Yeah, well, because
In a sketch situation like it is, I think they'll be better. They feel better in Canada. Now, most of our guys, like Fleury and Marchie, they're from Quebec area. So we're on the total opposite side of the country. I don't know where McNabb is from. I know Eric's from like the Calgary area, right? Revo from Derek England.
He's from Vegas.
But he's roots trace back to I think Calgary.
Oh yeah, Revo's Winnipeg.
Winnipeg. I was about to say Eakin.
Beacon plays for
Dallas.
Dallas? He hasn't played for Winnipeg?
Winnipeg. He started in Dallas, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
I get our guys confused. I forgot we had Alec Martinez until I read a fucking
I don't know
story.
where he's from. Is he from like Puerto Rico or something?
He's American.
Oh.
I forgot we was on the fucking roster.
What about Nick?
And then, Nick Cousins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there was an article on him today that I read, and it showed the lines. And I was like, oh, fuck, that's right. Carlson's with Stone and Patches, and then Statsy's with Riley and Marchie.
Where's Stoney from?
I don't know. We need to Google
No,
that.
Carlson's from New Canaan, Connecticut.
Patches.
I mean, Patches from Connecticut. We were making fun of Connecticut earlier, me and Elizabeth, because, you know, if you're from New England, you know Connecticut. Nobody goes to Connecticut. Connecticut is just there to drive through.
I don't really have that.
When you go into New York.
We sort of make fun of Oklahoma, where it's like
It's like
why would
Amarillo.
anybody go to Oklahoma?
Nobody goes to Amarillo.
No, you don't
unless
make fun of
you're
your own cities, in your own state.
But when your state is as big as Texas, you have to.
We make fun of El Paso, I guess.
Yeah, El Paso. Old El Paso. This stuff's made in New York City. New York City?
I remember those commercials.
Yeah, right?
Because they said it was made in San Antonio, and I was like, fuck yeah, that's my city getting a shout out on
Well, wasn't it
national
Old El
television.
Paso that was made in San Antonio?
Yeah, it was. You tell him, Kona. Fuck New York City.
Where's she going?
That's all I got.
Hey, that's more than I had. Top 5.
I'm gonna switch the thing. Hold on. There we go.
The pop parade. Did I move?
Yeah.
I didn't move, but
We got-
my spot moved.
You got How did we get to game show hosts?
I don't know. We were talking about it last time, so we said, hey, let's talk about.
How did we get to game
hosts.
show
You guys
hosts?
still on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the top 5. It's fine though. You're on.
Yeah. It's all good.
You're kind of in my camera, which is cool.
It's all right.
What did we did because we did TV show theme songs, and then we were like, fuck it, let's do game show hosts, I guess.
I think because you had the Jeopardy in your TV.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
So I'll go. My 5 is Howie. Okay. Full disclosure, I don't watch that many game shows, and I never watched any of the old game shows. So I only listed off game shows of shows that I actually like watched. So that's why Howie Mandel is my
Me too.
5. Deal or no deal?
Deal or no deal.
Because all the smoke shows holding the briefcases.
So you picked Howie Mandel as a top host because of the chicks.
Mm-hmm. I didn't have a 5. I didn't have anything. I don't watch game shows. So Howie Mandel, I mean, he was quirky, and didn't he have that thing where he didn't want anyone to touch him? He freaks out.
He's a germaphobe.
Yeah, but
He's still a germaphobe.
my fondest memory of
It's not
Mandel,
like something he put
of
on-
Howie
wasn't an
Mandel,
act for
when
the show.
he did Bobby's World. Did you ever watch that show?
No.
So it was
I
like
don't even
half
know what
real
that
life
is.
and half cartoon, and he like made the show, and he would like comment on the show as himself, and then it would go to the cartoon, and he did the voice of Bobby, who was the little kid. And I used to watch it as a kid. I don't remember anything that happened in any of the episodes, so that's my 5. Howie Mandel, Deal or No Deal, smoke show, just holding the briefcase.
What's my 5?
I don't know.
It's not on the thing.
It's on your
It's not
list
right
is
here?
there. Yeah, no, it is. Summers.
Mark Summers, Double Dare. Remember Double Dare? As a kid?
Vaguely.
On Nickelodeon? No deal at stake.
Oh, that
money changing
totally
place.
just triggered me. I should have done Legend of the Hidden Temple host guy. I don't know who it is, but I
Right.
should have done
I don't
Legends of
know.
the Hidden Temple host guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, guy that hosted
See,
that show.
he said he didn't
My
watch
bad.
a lot of game shows, but he did.
Guts.
He
Guts
did.
and Legends of the Hidden
Guts.
Temple.
Who was Guts?
I
Was
don't have a
that
fucking
that
clue.
Mike O'Malley too?
I don't have a clue.
Was Guts Mike O'Malley?
Right on
Um,
Guts. Dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun.
Do you
Guts.
have it?
What?
Guts.
Who's got guts?
Yeah, Lizzie didn't watch it either.
The Aggro Crag. Jackie
Yeah.
might have watched it. She might be
No,
old enough
we're
to
the
watch
only
Guts.
ones in that age range that would have watched Guts.
Um,
Did you watch American Gladiators?
anyways,
Love
Mark
American.
Summers did this
Oh,
show
Gladiators.
called
Show?
Double Dare.
American Gladiators is a show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark Summers did a show called Double Dare, and it
Is that
was
where you got
really
the
cool.
shit poured on you? The
Slime?
green slime.
That was, you can't do that on television.
What?
And it wasn't a game show, it was just a show. Whenever you said, I don't know, boom, green slime. That was Nickelodeon's thing back in the day. But Mark Summers was a great game show host. My 4 is a guy by the name of Wink Martindale. Remember Wink Martindale? Now, Wink Martindale
No, I don't.
must have hosted 1,000
Fame.
shows. Yeah, Hall of Fame game show host. Number 4 on my list. I remember one summer when I was a kid, like this guy had hosted like 5 different game shows, and we used to watch it on the old Family Channel, which is now called Freeform. And he was on from like noon to 3, just hosting weird game shows that I couldn't tell you what any one of them was called, but he was a game show host extraordinaire.
He's iconic.
Yeah, iconic. He had
I don't
that
know
like
who he is,
super
so.
nice hair. He had
Probably
you know
would if I saw
how
him.
who's the guy that has the really nice hair on ESPN?
He
SVP.
had Jimmy Johnson
No,
here.
no. The
Jimmy
college
Johnson.
football guy.
Kirk
Jimmy
Herbstreit.
Johnson.
No, the guy.
Lee Corso.
No,
Fowler.
no,
Jimmy Johnson.
no.
Jimmy Johnson here.
Desmond Howard.
He does the draft.
Mel Kiper.
Mel Kiper, yes. He's got Wink Martindale had like Mel Kiper type hair.
Before he started, what's his name? He's losing it now, though.
Mel
Kiper?
Yeah, he's thinned down. pretty-
Mel Kiper.
It's all like slick back and shit.
Yeah.
I like
That's what I was doing. I was like doing this.
Todd McShay. I like Todd McShay more than I like Mel Kiper.
Massachusetts. All right, yeah. So, anyways, Wink was iconic. What you have for?
My 4 is Pat Sajak / Vanna White. So we talked about this before, and you said Vanna White doesn't count. I looked it up. She hosted shows.
She's a sidekick.
You
could have put her
in
We
December.
did sidekicks, and you
In
didn't put her on the
December,
sidekicks
Pat
list.
Sajak had to have surgery. Vanna took over the show. You know who came in and did the letters? Sajak's daughter, who is a smoke show, by the way. You should probably Google that shit.
I was going to guess Wink
I
Martindale.
remember when Brandon did the show because he was out.
Then it counts. That's why she's my 4.
You can do the slap.
Fuck Sajak because he's a fucking Capitals
I would
fan.
give him a buy on the.
But-
So the lady hosts one fucking show in her
No,
life?
she did it like a month and a half.
Yeah, she did.
A month and a half?
She was for a while.
Really?
She's good. Proving that Pat
It
Sajak
takes
is
no
not necessary.
talent to be the host of Wheel of Fortune.
So
11R. 3 R's. Ding, ding,
Vanna.
ding.
they got lazy though.
Hey.
Remember back in the day when she used to have to spin
She used to turn
the
them,
letter,
yeah.
and now she just touches the screen. So she's basically obsolete. But they're like, nah, we can't get rid of Vanna. She's too popular. So we're gonna have her touch the screen. But she hosted shows, and then Sajak's smoke show daughter, who's 25 by the way, I watched the whole video on her, came in and did Vanna's job.
Okay.
And Wheel of Fortune is one of the few game
What's
shows that I
her-
actually watched, and that's why it's my
what's her,
favorite.
what's her name?
Fuck if I know. Something Sajak. Chick named Sajak.
Something Sajak.
I wasn't caring
Do
about
you
her
something?
name.
Take thee, Peter. Okay.
That's it. So yeah, Sajak, Vanna White, 4. Where are they wrote? Yeah, hosted with the daughter, and she's a smoke. 3, Dan Patrick, host of Sports Jeopardy.
Okay, I will go there. We used to watch Sports Jeopardy opinions late
So there
night
was,
when they
like,
wouldn't change
2
the channel,
so-
and I used to get them all right because we had the sound off, and I didn't know if I was wrong, so I just assumed I was right every single time.
Remember when I was staying at your house? I must have watched like 70 of them.
Oh yeah, because
On
they were
that.
on like the Crackle or something.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I did pretty well in Sports Jeopardy too. Like Stump the Swab, no, I sucked.
Sports Jeopardy is easy though.
Stump the Schwab was ridiculously hard.
Yes.
I think that was Stu Scott. So I almost went that, but I like the Sports Jeopardy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Dan Patrick is, because he's the host of Sports Jeopardy. I'm not saying I like Dan Patrick, but I like Sports Jeopardy, and Dan Patrick just happens to be the host. I think SBP would be a better host, but he's got other shit to do. Dan Patrick just does the Dan Patrick show. And
Kenny Mayne would be a good host.
he's got ESPN shit to do, though. Dan Patrick literally does the Dan Patrick show in the morning, and I think that's it.
Yeah, but he used to have ESPN shit to do.
I don't even remember when he left. Who actually left ESPN besides him and Rich Eisen and been successful?
Greg Gumbel,
Okay.
Keith Olbermann,
Oberman's still on ESPN.
Craig
He
Kilborn,
goes back and forth.
Kilborn.
Brett Haber.
Rich Eisen's the
Rich
most
Eisen.
successful. I
Yeah.
said that.
Did the news.
That was a risk
Harold
for him
Reynolds.
to go, is this network dedicated to the NFL actually going to work?
Yeah.
He took
Charlie.
He took a huge risk
Steiner does the Dodgers now, doesn't he?
going to the NFL network.
Barry Melrose
Where's Barry?
and AHL Network.
Wow, we killed that.
Peter Gammons. Remember we were talking about the song last night?
What's the guy that's on MLB network now?
Harold Reynolds.
No, Brian Kenny.
Brian Kenny.
Yeah, Brian Kenny.
Brian Kenny. Alright, my 3 is, who's my 3? What's it say up here?
You wrote it down.
I can't read it, it's
Dick
dark.
Dawson.
Richard, did you write Dick Dawson?
Yes, I did.
Fuck, man. Richard Dawson. Like, this guy had 2 stints as host of Family Feud. And Richard Dawson was awesome because what he would do, like, when he would meet a guy, he would, like, shake your hand and say, hi, nice to meet you. And when he would meet a girl, he would, like, jump over the counter.
Is he the
and,
one
like,
that they make fun of, where like they make fun of him, where he's like feeling up the chicks or whatever?
Yes.
Grabbing
He
their-
would, like, make
So they
out
did it
with
on
these
Family
girls.
Guy, where
Yeah.
Peter was like, "I'm just gonna grab those and
Yeah.
do all that shit." Okay, yeah. So that's that guy.
Yeah. Oh, Richard. Yeah. But that's the thing. The girls
that
loved
box.
it. The chicks loved it. Because, like...
Well,
oh,
that's where
shit.
Trump got his whole grab her by the pussy thing, man.
Yeah,
From
well,
this
if-
motherfucker.
Yeah, well, it's one thing if you're getting your pussy grabbed by the president. It's a completely other thing if you're getting your pussy grabbed by Richard Dawson. You know,
If he's grabbing pussies, he should go by Dick Dawson.
he was grabbing pussies left and right. He might have grabbed 5-6 pussies a show, and it didn't matter. Like it could have been old ladies, like wrinkly old. It could have been like teenage girls. He was grabbing everything, making out with them, and he didn't care. Like 3 seconds ago, he made out with your aunt, but now he's making out with you because hey, that's what Richard Dawson did. You know.
I'm gonna have to YouTube some of these clips.
Am I wrong?
No.
How to get away with rape. by Dick Dawson.
Richard Dawson, yeah. Seriously, watch the '70s episodes. I'll tell you, like it was insane. The
Women were
'90s,
second-class citizens.
the
in
'90s and
70s.
'00s episodes, he was a little more tame. But those '70s, he was on it. And but you know what? He was a good host too. He was a good host. He knew the thing, and you know, it's not hard to be like survey says. But he also, I mean. Not like Steve Harvey hosting Family Feud now.
Steve Harvey wasn't making my list.
He kind of laughs at you when you say something stupid. Richard Dawson, he would laugh at you, but it was a totally different thing. Like, well, you're a moron. You're a complete an idiot. But yeah, it was good.
201 are the same.
Yeah,
so.
I think this is the first time it's ever happened.
But like, I feel like
two and
there's a
one
gap,
were the same.
and then there's these two. When you think of game show hosts, like it's these two,
And
we just happen to have them both in the same slots.
When I was making my list, I mean
my 1 and 2 was already made up for me before I even I didn't have to think about it. It's like,
my one was set, but 2, and I'm looking at it, and I was just like, I can't, in good conscience, put Bob Barker anywhere else. You know, he's going to make the list, absolutely, but you know.
well, you made the point that I didn't even think about earlier. You're like, he's what you watched when you stayed home from school.
Yeah, like every single person for like 50 years, when you stayed home from school or if you stayed home from work, you know, whatever you were sick, you watched Price is Right at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, whenever it came
10.
on in
It
your
was
neighborhood.
10 for me.
You know, and
You're watching, you're guessing the prices, you're
Right.
contesting.
And then
There's
at the-
smoking women on there,
and
too.
at the end,
you're spinning
yeah.
you're fake spinning the wheel,
and then
trying
like
to hit the dollar.
when your mom come home from work, you're like, Mom, can we take the cat to get spayed or neutered? You know, that's what we did. That was Bob Barker. You know, there's a whole generation of pets that have been spayed or neutered because of Bob Barker.
He's 90 something. He's still alive.
Yeah, he probably punched Happy Gilmore.
But I mean,
in the
like
face.
even that, like that's not my most fond Bob Barker memory.
Yeah, The Price is Wrong, bitch.
My favorite, is when he fights Adam
Price is
Sandler
Wrong,
in Happy
bitch.
Gilmore. Like that scene, I can't imagine like when they pitched it to him what he was thinking. Like, so you're gonna beat the shit out of Adam Sandler in this scene, and then you're gonna walk away like throwing punches.
Yeah. The thing
'Cause
that
the best line is like, "I don't want a piece of you. I want the whole thing," and then he's just kicking the shit out of him. I fucking love it, dude.
what bugs the hell out of me is at the Golden Knights, you know, we all know Adam Sandler, Happy Gilmore wore a Bruins jersey, right? So at the Golden Knights games, you know, where we play 40 games a year, you know, they got Adam Sandler with a clip of that and they superimpose a Golden Knights jersey on Happy Gilmore, and he's like, "Come on, let's make some noise," you know. And then when they play the Bruins, they show Bob Barker beating the shit out of Happy Gilmore. You know, so we use Happy Gilmore both ways in with the Golden Knights, and I'm sure every other team probably shows that clip too on their
When they're playing the
on
Bruins.
their Nitrons when they're playing
Yeah.
the Bees too. Yeah, they probably don't have Nitrons at every other stadium, but
I was never a big Jeopardy guy.
Oh, I watched Jeopardy.
Okay.
well, Ray
I've watched
just
Jeopardy.
segued us to number one.
Yeah, Ray just transitioned us to one.
No, I'm just throwing it out there.
I watched Jeopardy more than any other game show, probably
Barker's my
combined.
number one. That's fine.
Trebek.
To me, Trebek is just like the best. When I realized what I want to be when I grow up, when like I had like an actual realization of like something that I can be when I grow up, you probably think, "Oh man, you're 38 years old. What the fuck? 39 years old. What the fuck?" But I want to be the next Alex Trebek, and if and when he passes away, I would like to take over, and will happily build a resume for me on one of these things, and you know, I think I could do it. I would love to be the next Alex Trebek. I would.
You got to make sure you
honor
do
him.
the accent. So that's the thing I love about Trebek.
The
He's
French,
like reading
yeah.
French,
Yeah.
perfect. He's Canadian, so
Jonathan Marchessault,
I didn't realize he was Canadian until I looked it up today. He is Canadian.
Marc-Andre Fleury.
Fleury.
Yeah, I would work with Marc-Andre.
But Trebek, for me, yeah, he's the quintessential. Like I love his demeanor, his diction when he's asking these questions. going into the French accent, and he's just so damn good. He's the perfect man for Jeopardy. And if I get like 8 questions right on the Jeopardy show, I'm usually pretty stoked. If I can get the final Jeopardy question, that makes my whole day. I got final Jeopardy question right.
See, I'm not. If I don't get Final Jeopardy, I feel really, really bad.
But then not even that. Like we talk about Bob Barker beating the shit out of Adam Sandler. Will Ferrell playing Trebek is another reason why I fucking love Alex Trebek, though.
Yes.
Because it's the complete opposite role for Will Ferrell. Like Will Ferrell is always the fucking comedy guy. He's never the straight man.
Now he's
never the straight man. But when he plays
dude.
Trebek, he's the straight man, taking all the disses from Sean Connery. And then Will Ferrell's last episode, real Trebek comes on that SNL, on that Celebrity Jeopardy, and starts yelling at Daryl Hammond, Sean Connery. And it's freaking hilarious.
Sitting on a gold mine.
Sitting on a gold mine, Trebek.
Yes, but yeah, Alex Trebek is the best.
This is the part where he used the Sharpie to rewrite the name of one of the categories. And then Trebek's like, "We frisked you on the way in here," and he's like, "I didn't have it in my pocket." I bet if you frisked me, you would have found it, Trebek.
That's awesome.
Because I was keeping it in my butt. Like all the anal bum covers and penis mightiers and Le Tits now.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Trebek is one for me and you.
The rapist. Yeah.
The rapist. Anal bum cover.
Okay. Yeah. Trebek is the best. Maddest of props to Alex Trebek.
We
hope
salute
you're
you, bro.
well. And,
I hope you well. I want you to live forever. I don't want you to ever stop doing Jeopardy.
Um,
How badass that he's fucking doing this while going through his. Is he getting chemo or is he just saying fuck it?
It was cleared and then had to go back.
Remission, huh? That's all we got. Coming up soon, though, we might have actual real sports to talk about.
Maybe.
MLS is back.
We got to do an
July
MLB
23rd is.
We never did a baseball preview.
That could be next week then.
Okay.
I gotta piss
Because I put
again,
a poll.
So.
Yeah, me too.
Trebek, go Knights, go.
Go Knights, go. And Cattell, you're a fucking idiot.
All right.